I know it's difficult to believe, but I actually fished in the last episode. I know. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. I am stepping back outside. Oh my god, I need to drink some water. Okay, let's do that. Also, should probably just go ahead and eat those pinnacle peaches. Let me also get down closer to the ground so as not to attract the unwanted attention of wolves, which I haven't seen yet anywhere on the lake, which, I mean, I guess is nice. Feeling less threatened is good, I suppose, but I would like to know where they are, at the very least. I saw a bear, and that's it. Alright, so we need to grab some sticks so I can set up some tip-ups and see how this works. So that's the plan. I'm also going to be listening very closely. I think it was just 2 sticks that was required for a tip-up. And the thing is, the tip-ups don't actually have to be in the fishing huts. So I'll be really curious to see how far we can kind of push those mechanics. Because part of me wants to, like, fish closer to the cabin. But the problem is, I would imagine you still need something to keep the hole from freezing over. That seems like an obvious requirement. Still do not see a single wolf. One of the possibilities there is that they could be, at least one of them could be back here. And by back here, I mean literally like on the other side of this rock from me. It's possible. It's not incredibly likely. Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting any of these to be burned out, but 2 of them are. Thought I heard a wolf for a second. Alright, let's check the dead guy. Nothing on him. Okay, looks like the weather is already coming back a little bit. The bear is still right over there, but the wolves, I have no idea. Not one clue where they could be. Note left behind. There's nothing left. The matches got wet, and I'm down to a couple of tins of peaches and a can of pop. I don't know what to do. I want to go, but where do I go? Those wolves. Everywhere, scratching at the door, pawing at the windows, waiting. A dull knife, a rock, a length of rope. It's like one of those jokes you hear about when 3 guys walk into a bar and the bartender says, "Hey, you can't bring rope in here." Something about afraid not. Something like that. Groan. I read that whole thing, not knowing there was a dad joke at the end. I'm so sorry. I'll just shut down my channel now. You know what? I'll just go ahead and end the video right here. Delete all content out of shame. No, I'm kidding. It wasn't that bad. It was just unexpected. Alright, lantern fuel. There's not a lot left to be found out here at the cabins, unfortunately. It makes me sad. Alright, let's see if we can stumble our way. And I do mean stumble because it's not a short trip, and the bear is definitely threatening. I'm kind of tempted to murder the bear, I'm not going to lie. I know that's a very violent way to put that. I realize I've been doing that lately. I think it's just because the wolves have made me cranky this particular series. So when I talk about hunting, or unaliving, or ending the livelihood, or, you know, just generally trying to find some meat, there's just that word murder that just comes out so much more easily than usual. Can't possibly imagine why. Forlorn muskeg. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the bear is moving away from me at present. Yeah, it's moving away from me. Okay. So I can't... Oh, actually it wasn't. It was not. It was moving toward me. It was doing the moonwalk. I'm going to just maintain that that bear was moonwalking for the remainder of the series. Because it genuinely looked like it was going the other direction. It's one of those rare moments where you really wish that binoculars could be a thing in the long dark, but they're not. Okay, now it's coming toward me. Can confirm. At kind of an inopportune time. I mean, I could shoot the bear. I also have a flare gun, and at this particular, like, challenge level, it wouldn't be a lethal encounter even if the bear got to me. But for now, I'm going to avoid pissing off the bear too much, because we're here to fish. But if I, you know, can get out onto this porch in a second and then take some shots, I might just do that. Haven't heard any ptarmigan lately, by the way. And that does make me sad. Okay, so here's one of the many locations where in ye olden times a rifle could spawn. Hello there, General Kenobi. Right in the face. Oh, I missed. Actually led a little bit too much there. Alright, well, let's not waste any more ammo. That bear's gonna die. Wow. But they're gonna run really far away before they do it. That's frustrating. I couldn't pass up that opportunity. It was too obvious. Okay. So this looks like kind of a bit of a copy pasta of the other cabin, because the work boots were in the exact same place. That is something I've noticed ever since the loot table refresh, that I don't know that I noticed as much, I mean, if ever, prior to the loot table refresh. I feel like there's some painkillers. I feel like one thing that happens...
Nobody needs this anymore.
We're going to leave that behind. That's a little bit too heavy. I feel like one thing that happens is that you'll just walk into a particular place and stuff will be in the exact same spot as another kind of interior that has the same setup. And there were a few differences here, like the painkillers weren't on the shelf in the previous cabin, which, or at least I think they weren't. Let's go ahead and harvest. Man, it's going to take an hour and 30 minutes. That's rude. Do I have 3 hours to... I mean, I really don't. I need water. But since we ran the bear off, at the very least what I can do is step out and potentially, maybe... Yeah, I'm upset about that bear. We'll have to find it. I mean, I kind of saw where it ran, so it's not the end of the world, but it's less than ideal. Alright, I guess what we'll do is we'll go to this cabin, or to this fishing hut first. I'm moving very, very slowly. Next time I see a moose, I'm taking shots immediately. That is something that's happening. I need the moose-hide satchel in my life. And who knows, maybe we'll just make a special trip to Ash Canyon. Or, in a few days, update 4 of Tales from the Far Territory will drop. Words. And when that comes out, I'll have a travois. And I can carry around as much stuff as I want. And nothing can stop me. Except perhaps whatever the new upper limit of encumbrance is. Okay. Nothing here. I was kind of expecting a little bit more. Dusting sulfur. I've got a lot of stuff to drop off when I arrive back. I did finally... Oh, not only did I finally hear a wolf, I finally see a wolf out on the ice in front of me. So that's interesting. Yeah. So there's a part of me that, like, I guess I kind of want to go back to the camp office since I have so much stuff on me, because I have more to unload. Moving kind of slowly, but thankfully we are warm enough, and it's just going to be a lot easier. Also, real quick. Oh, it's dog food? Okay, I'll eat that. Because it's moist dog food. Such an appetizing thought. Dog food that increases thirst. I mean, if you're a dog, I guess, yeah. Or if you're a very, very, very hungry human. Which Mark and Jennifer both, for some reason, always are. Alright, I'm going to swing a little bit wide here because I don't know exactly where that wolf might be patrolling, and they could be coming right toward me. You can tell I've gotten used to having the revolver and not the rifle, because I keep looking down when I reload the rifle. And there is actually there are 2 shell casings back there that I've completely abandoned by mistake. Okay. I mean, there is this cabin that I didn't search. It would be a shame to walk so close to it and never touch it. Especially since I'm this well rested. I just really hope to find some ptarmigan before long. Because we have been trying to make that freaking bedroll since the end of the last Against All Odds season. Going on 30 episodes now. Alright, there are... Alright, I see 1 wolf. And I think that's the one I saw before. Let's get inside here. Sewing kit, nice. Another balaclava. That's my 3rd. If anyone's keeping count. That's my 3rd balaclava. Again, these rare items are proving to be a bit more common, given the size of the world. What is that? Is that a limb? Sticking awkward... That's what it is. Yep, that's a limb. Okay. So, I do have some cattails. I don't have a lot of water. I'm carrying a ton of stuff. I just don't want to leave it in the middle of the freaking ice. So we're not going to do that. I'm a little bit nervous about how close this wolf might be, though. Alright, just 1 right over there, and there could be another one here, so head on a swivel. Oh, there are 2. I had a feeling. There's probably a 3rd if I had to guess, but the 3rd could be over in this direction. So the bear is somewhere over there. Somewhere. Once I've got this stuff dropped off at the cabin, I will absolutely come back and check out the tip-ups. It's one of the reasons I didn't start a fire yet, because I don't want to waste those sticks that I found. And of course I can find more, not a problem. There are other areas around here to search as well, but I've searched... Let me think. Yeah, I've searched all of the buildings now, with the exception of the forestry lookout in Mystery Lake. Let me think. There's a hunter's blind I haven't checked yet. And yeah, I've been everywhere else. So, there are some acorns to be scavenged over there as well. Remember, when we came through this way, this is, for those of you who aren't as familiar with the terrain for whatever reason, this particular, which I know is probably not many of you at this point, but, you know, I never want to assume there are never new players watching. That just seems like a silly thing to think. It's a great game. People continue to pick it up. all the time. Anyway, that is the direction that we came from when we were blizzard walking to this particular hut. Is this not a beautiful snowfall, by the way? Can we just appreciate for a moment how much better the game's snowfall effects have gotten over time? Even recently, even this year, they added some effects in the last patch or the one before that to change the way light hits them. Let's actually see. I don't know if it's going to be really evident during the daytime. Yeah, I think it's just a little bit too bright. But during nighttime snowfalls, there is definitely a noticeable effect. And that was added just this year. And there are some graphical effects, I would presume, beyond that, because there's some stuff that they added in story mode in episode 4, I believe, maybe even episode 3. But definitely episode 4, that they had mentioned, like, bringing to Sandbox, slowly but surely. I'm not sure why some of the graphical effects would take time to transfer from story mode to Sandbox, but it might just be an artistic thing, like they have to actually create the effects in each environment almost by hand. I hear ptarmigan. Okay, so that might be our lucky chance. I just need to find them. I can hear them. Step inside. Okay. I'll keep the sticks. We're going to drop that stuff. Probably going to drop that book as well. I could put down some of those stems. Okay. We'll drop the worn work boots for now. Drop the 2 balaclavas. Okay. So much stuff. Okay. That's mostly everything. Oh yeah, that's right. We have this dusting sulfur that we picked up and the stump remover. That is considerably heavier than I can really afford to be carrying around right now, so let's drop that stuff as well. I'm also going to take the somewhat unusual step. Tell you what, let me go upstairs before I do this. Since I'm not doing anything with my various, like, plant pickings right now, I have some reishi mushrooms on me that I haven't done anything with. I'm just going to put these away. I'll come back for them. Alright, there's the ptarmigan down. Anything else? I mean, the cloth, in theory, I could also get rid of. I don't need this much cloth right now. So I could say, let's go to... just so we have enough to make a snow shelter, in theory, if we needed to. That's a good practice. Stick to the 5. I'm not gonna... well... I also have a ton of matches. Like, an absurd amount of matches. So we could cut this in half. Even more than that, actually. That's just the higher difficulty level player in me being unwilling to leave matches behind. All right, now we've only got about 11-pound encumbrance. You can already tell how much faster I'm moving. Now, one thing I definitely need before I go anywhere. There's plenty of food here. Things that I can eat, but I need some water before things get too much drier. So let's go ahead and get some wood wherever I can find it. Getting a little dark in here, which is less than ideal. 38 minutes to break this up. Should have enough time. Let's go. Perfect. Chair, 22 minutes. Yep, I'll have enough time. All right, so that should be enough for me to make some water. And I'm also going to use this to go ahead and cook some of those potatoes. I am very much focused on continuing to fish and mess around with those mechanics, and I want to get some of those ptarmigan as well. So we're kind of multitasking at the moment. But the main thing I need is water. So Because I'm not as thirsty, here's what I can do. We're going to pick up the cooking pot. We're going to light a fire in the wood stove. Fire striker's fine. Oh, I only have the tinder. Oh, man. I really don't want to... Hold on. Hold that thought. I would hate to burn birch bark for tinder. That would be really goofy. I think the tinder is downstairs. I had some that I picked up that I just left down here. I might also have some in the drawer. So this may or may not be completely unnecessary. Cattail head. Perfect. No. There we go. But another one? No. Okay. That's better. Let's get just a little bit of water. I had a community regular point out the other day that, like, for the purposes of this series, the thirst rate really seems to be extreme, and I actually agree. I think in some ways I wanted to keep a little bit of, like, a sense of pressure on myself and not be too over the top with regard to how much I reduced thirst or hunger. But now that I've been playing it for a bit, I definitely feel like I'm really having to just guzzle water a lot, which is less than ideal. Hang on, let's go ahead and pick that up. Now, I can make some rosehip tea, which is nice. Let's open this drawer, grab the potatoes. Just the potatoes for now. I'm tempted to make some coffee as well, just for the cooking skill. But we're not here to do that. We're here to fish. So let's go ahead and get this started. Okay, we're going to drink that. And now I should have the opportunity to cook multiple potatoes, in fact. As a matter of fact, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to head downstairs real quick. Because as I recall... Let's see if I can find it. Oh, wow. Looks like we have an aurora. I was wondering what that white light was. Yep. Just finding stuff in the dark. I knew that cooking pot was there. Let me just step back up here. That just goes to show... Wow, what's that flickering happening? I guess the fire is not perfectly contained within the stove. Oh, or yeah, it could be that. Could be the beginning of an aurora. All right, so noted. Yeah, if that's not an indicator of how much time I've spent in this particular area, I don't know what is. All right, so let's enjoy this potato, and we're going to cook another one. Still got some time left on this fire. Again, I think I'm already at cooking 4. Let's double check. Yeah. That is nuts. Absolutely bonkers. Alright, let's eat that. Okay, and then water-wise, believe it or not, I still need water. Which I kind of saw that coming. So we're going to do a smaller amount of water on this fire. Meanwhile, I think I'm also going to go ahead and chop this up. For the additional wood. Oh, I still had some, in fact. Alright, that's potable water. Let's go ahead and drink that. And now that we have more time on the fire, we're going to do a proper full amount of water there. I will go ahead just to make sure there's enough. Let's add one more piece of reclaimed wood. Eat the potato. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Now, we do need to sleep as well. There's no reason for me to go back outside right now. However, it's probably a good idea for me to go ahead and make some more water here as well, so let's do that. Now, at this point, I could totally read, and I'm going to. Alright, so let's read for an hour. And then we'll see how this is looking. Yep, we'll have time. Let's read for another hour. Okay, that is plenty of water. More than I will need for a while. And I'm going to take one cooking pot with me. Well, actually, I take it back. No, I'm not. Because right now, it makes sense to not be lugging all this stuff around quite so much. Okay. As much as I would like to go out and see some aurora wolves tonight, I came to Mystery Lake to escape the stress of aurora wolves. So, I'm going to go to sleep, and the aurora will be gone when I wake up. And it looks like it is the beginning of a new day. And now we can hunt for some ptarmigan, which is a much more exciting pastime. Or at least it feels that way right now. Ironically, I need to eat again. But at least I have water now. Okay, so I'm going to drop the water by the door. Not all of it, just most of it. There's that. Let's go ahead and eat this. And also, I think I still have some wood on me. I could read the rest of that book. I also have some books upstairs that I still need to read. This would be 3 hours if I did it now. Let's do it. If we're here to fish, it makes sense to have that particular skill increased. So that's ice fishing level 2. Let's take a quick refresher course in what that does. Because God knows, I have not spent enough time fishing during my time with the Long Dark. You're getting more comfortable with fishing in the winter, you're better with fishing gear, and you're developing a feel for it when a fish is on the line. Fishing time reduced by 5%, 8% chance of line break on catch. So I imagine that number is lower than the percent chance was previously. Now, one thing I definitely don't have anymore is a lure, because remember the lure broke. I'm going to pick up that scrap metal. And I think I have some scrap metal here in the workbench as well. Oh, no I don't. So there must be some... Hang on, I've got to check upstairs. There's got to be some upstairs. I remember dropping some earlier.
Think about his food.
Weird. Was it in here? No. Because that's mainly food. Oh, that's so strange. Just double checking, make sure I haven't missed like an MRE laying around or anything. That's one thing we haven't seen yet that's a little bit surprising. Right? No MREs? What the heck? Also, hang on, let's put this tin of coffee away. Okay, well, if all you can think about is food, tell you what. There is something about that that's oddly zen, isn't there? I hate to admit it, but it's kind of true. Okay, let's see if we can shoot a ptarmigan before we wrap up this episode. Let's see. Sport bow. We still have the fire-hardened arrows equipped. I just need to locate where these ptarmigan are. Now, it's a little stormy, so they may not be around. My guess would be they're up here. Just changing arrow types on the off chance that there's a wolf closer to me than I'd like. You know what? You know what? Fine. If the ptarmigan are going to be gone, I mentioned it earlier, and now I can't stop thinking about it. Let's get up there. Let's see what we can find at the forestry lookout. We do also need to find the dead bear before too long. Well, to be fair, we don't need to. It is a carnivore, so its meat is only going to be so useful to me. Its hide, however, we could go the bearskin bedroll route. We don't have to. We have the option of a ptarmigan bedroll, which is also nice. Being a little bit jumpy, literally, with the controls there, but it's fine. Oh, wow. All 3 acorn patches, not bad. So many sticks. I can think of several situations off the top of my head from the last months of content in the Long Dark where that many sticks just laying around right in front of me would have been really frickin' nice. Just saying. Okay, so we're going to quickly visit the train cars here and then see if we can make it up to the forestry lookout. Just for the sake of saying that we've fully explored everywhere. As much as this particular series is going to allow me to be a bit more sedentary and chill and, you know, kind of stay in one place and fish for a while, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to completely remove the kind of locomotive aspect from my DNA. I'm just going to have to keep moving to a degree. Or at the very least, I'm going to have to continue to play as though that's what I'm going to do in the coming episodes. I just can't stop. No pun intended. Okay. There's going to be a full-on debate in the comment section and probably on the Discord about whether or not that pun was intended, and I welcome it. I completely and totally welcome it. Hey, more revolver ammo. Hey, some rifle ammo would be nice. Yay. Alright, so we have once again gotten warmer. We are still, by the way, just to be very clear about this, like, we are not at the... We're nowhere close to the maximum kind of potential that we could have from the items we're wearing. We can get warmer, for sure. It's not something we're accustomed to in Against All Odds, because we play normally on the Interloper level loot tables. And some of these tables are worse than Stalker, but it's not the tables themselves, it's the container settings that I've tweaked to just to provide a little bit more of a feeling of scarcity relative to vanilla Stalker. And then of course there are all the changes I've made to the wolves and to the aurora, but the loot table is still slightly more scarce. Again, not the table itself, but the... I hear you. I hear you. Where are you? I don't know why I'm going to every category but firearms. So there is a wolf that will wander this path occasionally. And it's probably just paranoia, but I feel like I can hear it. But we needed to head up here anyway, because it is the one remaining location that I have not searched. And there could be rifle ammo here. It will be hilarious, though, if there's no rifle ammo up here, because that's the one thing I said over and over, like, oh yeah, we'll find rifle ammo for sure. On these loot tables? There will be plenty of rifle ammo, and then there's just no loose cartridges. That's it. That's it. Oh man, the top of that tree was moving so much that I did not think that was a tree at first. I love this game. Look at that. I know it's a sprite. It doesn't matter. It just looks so good. For those of you who don't know, a sprite is a 2D image that is laid into... You can have a sprite in a 2D game, but it's laid over a background of some kind. So you can have a sprite in a 3D game. And all of these mountains around us are sprites. They're not actual 3D models. You can't walk up to them and climb them, certainly. And even if you couldn't climb them, if you walked up to them, they would just be flat images kind of facing the player that are designed to create that artistic feeling. Man, we picked a perfect time to come up here, didn't we? Look at this. Look at this. This is one of the best views I think I've ever gotten. Coming up to this particular lookout. There's the old lookout there. We were already there earlier in the series. Perfect day. Does not get better. And this, by the way, in case you're wondering, this kind of moment is exactly why Hadrian moments became a meme on Athenon's channel and subsequently on mine. So hat tip to you, buddy. Aha! Vindication. Vindication. Alright. Cedar firewood. Cooking skillet, which I'm just going to place right there. Ketchup chips. Another can opener. Flare shells. Revolver cartridges. Sewing kit. Whetstone. Now, the pièce de résistance would be an MRE. But, oh wait. Wait.
I'll take it.
You know what? Antibiotics and a stem is not nothing. Alright. There's a skill book. No MRE, though. But wait, I got my rifle ammo. I feel so much better. Okay, so it's still the middle of the day. I do need to end the episode here, so what I'll do is... I don't need to make a save point, because I'm going to do another one right after this, but... Oh, that's rude. I'm trying to go outside and enjoy the view to end the episode, but no, you're just going to open the door in my face and do that. But pretty good picturesque note to end on, I dare say. Thanks, Canada. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. For channel emotes and member badges, look for the join button to learn more. New episodes drop every day but Wednesday at 1 p.m. US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below. And I'll see you next time.